Good morning and welcome to News 3 Midday. I'm Brooke Slyer. Right now we are following several stories for you. Deputies find a woman allegedly being held against her will. More on the man they arrested and the charges that he's facing. Plus, many of us are worried about the shootings in Carbondale, and now city leaders might have some solutions to reduce those. And roundabouts, it seems like they are popping up everywhere, and now there's a plan to install 4 more in our region.
We've got you covered.
We start this midday with a live look at Mount Vernon. We woke up to sunshine and blue skies. Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Nick Housen is here with us. And Nick, no complaints from me.
The west, those will be increasing here as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon, but it looks like at least most of the daylight hours today will remain dry. As Brooke mentioned, very warm outside, tracking near record high temperatures coming up later on today. Already warming up very, very quickly outside. It's a live view from Metropolis looking back towards the east, and you can see some of those high, thin clouds moving in. Look at these temperatures. This is before noon. We're talking temperatures right now already approaching 70 degrees, 70 in Marion, 69 in Carbondale and Mount Vernon. Murray, you're already at 73. Paducah at 75 degrees. This afternoon continuing to warm up. We're going to top on average about 74 degrees. The record in Carbondale though is 75, so getting very close to that. Rain chances going up later on this afternoon and especially into the early part of the evening hours. Main focus is going to be right along the Ohio River and then southward into parts of western Kentucky, but we could see a few stronger storms as a weak cold front moves in from the north and west. We'll time all of that out. Tell you more about our flood chances later this week as well coming up.
New this midday, it's one of the most severe and prolonged cases of domestic abuse that Williamson County Sheriff Jeff Diedrich has ever seen. Deputies arrested Tristan Sign of Carterville. Now, officers were serving a warrant for his arrest Monday when they found the victim. She had a broken nose, eyes swollen shut, and multiple bruises and lacerations. The victim was allegedly being held against her will. Officers took her to the hospital and then reunited her with family. Sign now faces new charges, including aggravated domestic battery and unlawful restraint. He's in the Williamson County Jail with more charges pending. And Carbondale city leaders talk about gun violence that's happening in town. And that took place at last night's council meeting. Now, last year, researchers at SIU conducted a study. It looked at the root cause of gun violence and then ways to reduce it. They completed the study in October and then met with Carbondale police. Researchers say between January of 2020 and July of 2022, there was an average of 5 confirmed shootings in Carbondale every month.
When we look at gun offense arrestees, the average age is about 27, 83% black, 84% male, 71% are Carbondale residents, and 56% of those arrested for gun offenses are also charged with illegal possession.
Researchers also saw a spike in gun violence at the start and end of SIU semesters. The assessment recommended deterrence, like more video surveillance, demolishing empty buildings, and policing hotspots. And the Carbondale Police Department is being awarded $362,000 in grant money, and that will go to buying new cameras, license plate readers, and digital forensic technology to combat organized retail crime. Carbondale is one of 5 departments in the state to receive that grant. It comes from the Illinois Attorney General's office. Police Chief Stan Reno said, quote, "The Carbondale Police Department is always looking for opportunities to enhance safety in the city, and this will have lasting impacts," end quote. And Paducah city leaders are facing some backlash. This comes after a recent string of racist-related incidents. It stems from racially insensitive comments made by City Commissioner David Guess. He allegedly made those in the fall toward local artist DeJuan Thomas. Guess was removed from office for a short time. He was then reinstated by Judge Tony Kitchen as a temporary measure. At last night's meeting, Thomas spoke to the commission, calling the commissioner's actions into question.
Should have been the end of this fiasco.
DeJuan, the comments are to be directed to the commission and are not to be directed to individual people.
Is Mr. Guest not a part of this commission?
I'm sorry?
Is Mr. Guest not a part of this
As
commission?
an individual, right.
But he's a commissioner, correct?
Right.
And no disrespect, but I can continue if that's okay. But however you felt, He felt like nothing was done wrong, and I'm speaking to the commission as a whole. He felt like nothing was wrong. That's the same reason he failed to apologize to not only me, but the community when the texts were brought to the public, and the reason he probably failed to attend the DEI training that you supported, and why you accepted $6,000 in back pay from the city for time you didn't even work when you were removed.
Thomas ended by calling on guests to resign from his position.